Alright, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Technology Positive GMS. My name is I'm Nawala coming at you. Part 2 of this video. Alright, continuing off. So I'm going to read the scripture again. This is going into the tribe of Asher. This is Genesis 30 verse 12. And Zilpah, who is Leah's handmaid, who is the wife of Jacob, and Zilpah, Leah's maid, bare Jacob a second son. And Leah said, "Happy am I, for the daughters will call me blessed." And she called his name Asher, which Asher comes from the Hebrew word Ashar, meaning happy. Okay. Now let's go into why this country is happy. Let's go into their manners and their etiquette. This is a website called CommissioGlobal.com. It says it right there. Award-winning. Go down. Okay. All right. Good. Let me see. Colombia. It's from Colombia, right? It says Colombia Guide: Language, Culture, Customs, and Etiquette, Facts and Statistics. So we know where Colombia is. All right, jump down. I want to go into the like different types of etiquette. All right, I'm gonna go to let's see. There's a lot of good information here. We don't need to go into the location, the capital, the population, the ethnic groups, or the religion. We don't gotta go there. We don't gotta go to the Colombia society and culture. I'm gonna go to right here, role of the family. I'm gonna start from here. The role of the family. It says the family takes center stage in social structure. It acts as a source of support and advice, and therefore great loyalty is shown to families. Although extended families really live under one roof, apart from in rural areas, many still live very close and frequent one another's houses often. It is still common for children remain at home until they marry. The elderly are generally revered for their age and experience. Hierarchies. Colombia can be termed a hierarchical society. People earn respect due to age and position. Older people are naturally perceived as being wise, and as a result are afforded great respect. You will always see the oldest person in the group serve their food and drinks first. With this position also comes responsibility. It says Colombians expect the most senior person, whether at home or at work, to make decisions. And that's the part. And that's the hierarchy part of it. Now we jump down. You go to the part that says etiquette and customs in Colombia. Here's one reason why they're so happy. Meeting and greeting. Men shake hands with direct eye contact. While shaking hands, use the appropriate greeting for the time of day. Buenos dias, good day. Buenas tardes, good afternoon. Buenas noches, good evening or night. Women often grasp forearms rather than shaking hands. Once a friendship has developed, greetings become warmer and a lot more hands-on. Men will embrace and pat each other on the shoulder, known as an abrazo, and women kiss once on the right cheek. Now, these are all types of manners or politeness that are shown amongst people in Colombia or South America or the region of land where the tribe of Asher is located. And this is one of the reasons why they're happy. Why? Because of their manners, because of their etiquette. Now, if you don't follow these particular customs, these particular manners and etiquette, then what occurs? It makes them unhappy. So by following these particular customs, the people remain happy. It's like if someone does something, if someone is being polite unto you, it makes you happy. If they're showing proper manners, proper etiquette, it makes you happy. You're pleased with that. But once you go against it, it makes them unhappy. So meaning down there in people of Colombia, people in South America, the region where Asher is located, as you can see here, with South America, they all have different types of customs and manner, different types of customs and etiquette that's kept, that makes the people act in a polite manner towards one another, which keeps one another happy. Hence the name Asher or Ashar, which is Asher is who? The people from Colombia to Uruguay, as you can see on the 12 tribe sign. Okay. Now let's go back. It says, once a friendship has developed, greetings become warmer. I read that part. Most Colombians have both a maternal and paternal surname, and will use both. The father's surname listed as first and is the one used in conversation. Always refer to people by the appropriate honorific title and surname. Now this is the same in America. You know, gifts are given for birthdays and Christmas or the Epiphany, January 6th. In Colombia, a girl's 15th birthday is considered an important milestone. If you plan to give gifts in Colombia, here are some handy tips. When going to a Colombian's home, bring fruit, a potted plant, or quality chocolates for the hostess. Flowers should be sent in advance. Do not give lilies or marigolds as they are used at funerals. Roses are liked. If you are going to a girl's 15th birthday, gold is the usual gift. Imported alcohol, especially spirits, are very expensive to make excellent gifts. Wrapped gifts are not opened when received. These are all types of etiquette, all different types of manners that's given. Here in America, you give somebody a gift, they open it immediately as soon as they get it right in front of your face. Down there in Colombia, that's looked at as being ill-mannered. That will make a person unhappy. That will offend them. This is one of the reasons why they're so happy. So when somebody's saying, how could Asher be, why does it mean happy? This is what you could break out. Again, bring out. Dining etiquette. Dining etiquette is quite formal in Colombia as they tend to give importance to decorum and presentation. Below are some basic tips if you are ever unsure the general rules observed and followed. Wait to be seated by the host. You don't go into my house and just grab a seat. Hands should be kept visible when eating. Do not rest elbows on the table. The host will say, Buen provecho, enjoy or have a good meal, as an invitation to start eating. It is polite to try everything you are given. Unusually, all food is eaten with utensils. Even fruit is cut into pieces with a knife and fork. See that? It is considered polite to leave a small amount of food on your plate when you have finished eating. So if you're eating, you don't eat the whole thing, man. You don't eat the whole, every last morsel on the plate. You leave some left because you don't want to look like you're greedy. Do not use a toothpick at the table. Business etiquette and protocol in Colombia. Meeting and greeting. It is courteous to shake hands both upon meeting and departing. Bend your way for a woman to extend her hand. Greeting should take some time. Ensure you engage in some small talk, i.e. ask about family, health, and business. Eye contact is viewed positively. Wait for the other party to initiate a change to first names. Business cards. It is a good idea to try and have one side of your business card translated into Spanish. Include any university degrees or qualifications as this is valued. Treat business cards with respect. Business meetings. Although there may be an agenda, meetings do not always follow a linear path. An agenda will serve as a starting point, and after that, issues are addressed as when. Relationship building is crucial. It may be a good idea to invest time in establishing trust for the first few meetings. Time is not an issue in meetings. They will last as long as they need to last. Do not try and rush proceedings. Colombians are termed as indirect communicators. This means there is more information within body language and context rather than words. I.e., if you ask someone to do something and they reply, I will have to see, it will be up to you to read between the lines and realize that they cannot do it. The reason for this way of communicating is to protect relationships and face. This means people that are used to speak directly and openly must tame their communication style as it could cause offense. Although they can be indirect, Colombians can also become very animated. This should not be mistaken for aggression. Avoid competition at all costs. If someone has made a mistake, do not expose it publicly, as this will lead to a loss of face and a ruined relationship. All these are things that are not done in America. In America, you eat some food, people gobble everything up. They don't leave nothing on the plate. See, this is a different type of culture down there. They have certain manners and etiquette that they keep to keep keep one another happy. Okay, let's keep going. Now that was Colombia. Let's go to Brazil. Okay, how many minutes is that? 8 minutes. This is Brazil. This is from a website called transparent.com. This is Brazilian etiquette, table manners. This is from 2009. I'm gonna go down. It says, go right to the beginning. Do not talk with food in your mouth. It is considered extremely rude. Try not to make noise when eating, as it may make people around you uncomfortable. In formal settings, do not place your elbows on the table. It's common to say bon appetit before you begin to eat. Use the fork in your left hand and knife in your right hand. Use your utensils for all types of food, even pizza, sandwiches, and french fries. See? Pizza, sandwiches, and french fries. Okay? So when you're eating pizza, you're eating a sandwich, eating french fries, using a fork, using some type of utensil. Food is very rarely eaten with bare hands since it is considered unhygienic to do so. If you do decide to eat food with your hands, wrap it in a napkin so your fingers aren't touching it. I even read on one website, I'm not sure if I got it here, that they eat they eat finger foods with forks, like french fries. And I think they even eat fried chicken with like gloves so that the hands don't get greasy. If you do decide to eat food with your hands, wrap it in a napkin so your fingers aren't touching it. See that? So if you're at a table, if somebody from America went down to Colombia, I'm going to Colombia. Brazil, I'm going to Brazil. And they order some chicken fingers or something from the restaurant and eating it with their hands, people gonna look at you like, what's wrong with this person? That's impolite. Those people aren't gonna be happy with you. Hence, once again, the name Asher, happy. After every sip you take of your drink, wipe your mouth on your napkin. If you forget, at least try to wipe your mouth several times throughout the meal. Keep both hands above the table. Remember, Colombia said keep both hands, make sure both your hands are seen while eating. A couple of these things are similar to Colombia as well. If you pay attention. Do not drink directly from a bottle or can. Always pour your drink into a glass. When offer food, say yes, thank you, or you offer a polite excuse as to not offend the person. Absolutely never belch at the table, and be subtle about sneezing and coughing. Be sure to cover your face with your hands. If you have to blow your nose, leave the table and go to the bathroom. Toothpicks can be used at the table, but behind your hand or napkin. Because even I even read some places on certain websites that when they eat toothpicks, when they got a toothpick, they cover their mouth with their hand. That's why I said toothpicks can be used at the table, but behind your hand and napkin. These are all different customs that's kept as to why they're the happiest country in the world, as to why these countries are viewed as being so happy. Which Colombia, Uruguay, Ashton. This is the spirit. There was no the Gallup International Association happiness survey wasn't around back in the 80s and all of that. During the time of when Aria was revealed what the tribes were. So how do you know that? Through the spirit. Let's go ahead to Brazil. It's same website as before, Comissio Brazil. It says I'm not gonna focus on all of the countries. We're just gonna go to some countries. So like I said, I'm going to jump down. I'm not gonna go into the size of the country, the population, and all of that. I'm not gonna go there. That's an enormous country. 207 million people. That's like 100 million less than America, and there's more countries down there in Brazil. I mean, down there in South America. That's crazy. You see it right here. It says 207 million people population. But let's keep going. I'm gonna go to. Not gonna go to religious belief. We're dealing with their customs and etiquette and all of that. I'll go to not gonna go to the family. I'm gonna go right to There's a lot of stuff here I could probably read, but I wanna go right here. I'm gonna go right here. Social customs and protocol. See, I could have went up here and went to the economy, went to their food and socialization and all of that, and gender roles. This is it's a lot of good information here, but what do you want to do with the point? Okay, so let's go to social. So it says social customs and protocol. In Brazil, the sequence of naming begins with the first name, then the middle name or names followed by the mother's last name, then the father's last name. The mother keeps her name, therefore and adds her husband's name last. In recent years, tradition has evolved, and it is not always considered necessary for the woman to include her husband's name. Meeting and greeting. Men shake hands with greeting one another while maintaining steady eye contact. Women generally kiss each other, starting with the left and alternating cheeks. Hugging and backslapping are common greetings among Brazilian friends. So if you go to Brazil and somebody your friend, they backslap you. Not like backslap the crap out of you, but like probably like tap you in the cheek, kind of like that. Like like in a mall movie, they tap each other on the cheek. That's like a polite thing to do. It's like a customary thing to do. If a woman wishes to shake hands with a man, she should extend her hand first. Communication style. Brazilian people are open and friendly. They often use hand gestures in communication that are not put off by touch. It is uncommon for women and children to link arms while walking, and men may use both hands to shake hands to add warmth and sincerity to their greeting. Personal space. Personal space too is not the taboo it is in some countries. In Brazilian people tend to not be uncomfortable when in close proximity with others. Gift giving. If invited to a Brazilian's house, bring the hostess flowers or a small gift. Orchids are considered a very nice gift, but avoid purple ones. Avoid giving anything purple or black, as these are common mourning colors. Since handkerchiefs are associated with funerals, they do not make good gifts. Gifts are opened when received. So in Brazil, gifts are open when received. In Colombia, you don't open the gift as soon as you receive it. Dining and food. It is not unusual to be casual about timing, so being late for dinner or at a party is not frowned upon. However, avoid being more than a half an hour late for dinner or more than an hour for a party. Brazilians dress with flair and judge others on their appearance. Casual dress is more formal than in many other countries. Always dress elegantly and err on the side of overdressing rather than underdressing. If you did not bring a gift to the hostess, flowers the next day are always appreciated. Eat with the knife in the right hand and fork in the left. After eating, place the knife and fork next to one another and do not cross them. In formal dinners, remember that the eating utensils start with the outside in, from the outside in. The spoon and fork at the top of your plate are for the dessert. There will be separate glasses for drinking red wine and white wine and beer. Do not place hands out of sight and keep wrists on, but not the elbows on the table. Do not eat food with your hands, including fruit. Items such as fruit should be cut with a knife or fork. Food should always be passed to the left. The most honored guest sits at the head of the table, and the host to, to sit either side. If invited at a restaurant, it is normally the person who offers the invitation who pays, although it is important to make an offer to pay. Brazilians often like to spend some time over a meal so expect not to rush off. Taboos. Although the Brazilians are typically tolerant people, bear in mind that it is a Catholic country and raising um, religion in conversation, particularly if expressing any strong atheistic views, is a definite no-no. There's a lot of stuff here, man. I'm gonna have to come back and hit y'all with another part, man. I'm gonna finish reading this and I'm gonna come back and hit y'all with a part 3 or something like that, you know, because this one's going on 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go down. Now this is dealing with business and culture. I could read this little paragraph here in bold letters, but I want to just kind of breeze through this. Brazilians prefer face-to-face meetings to written communication as it allows them to know the person with whom they are doing business. The individual they deal with is more important than the company. Be courteous. Let me get this scripture real quick. Sorry. Let me get this scripture right here. Because I was mainly just reading the article because there wasn't really much scriptures to really bring out on this particular topic. Okay. This is the book of Matthew. It's really what they like to call the Beatitudes. This is Matthew chapter 7 verse 12. It says Matthew 7 and 12. Therefore all things whatsoever you would that men should do to you, do ye even also to them, for this is the law and the prophets. So you want to do unto others as you want done to yourself. I don't need to bring this website up. I'm on right here. So this is the reason why I brought that out, because that goes with treating other people with respect. And as you see here in Brazil, that's a common thing. It says the individual they deal with is more important than a company. Be courteous and do not openly criticize, particularly in a group situation that this will cause offense. Communication is often informal and does not rely on strict rules of protocol. Anyone in a meeting can comfortably contribute to discussions. It is not frowned upon to interrupt someone when they are speaking as long as it is within context of the discussion and not to overtly disagree or criticize. Brazilians are very much in favor of properly drawn up legal documents. Okay? What to wear. The key to dress code in Brazil is to know the company with whom you are dealing. Some are more conservative than others, but remember that Brazilians are very proud of their appearance, and being well dressed will earn respect. Conservative companies will expect the men to wear a suit and tie, while women are required to dress elegantly in either a suit, jacket, and trousers or formal business dress. Brazilian women place great emphasis upon appearance, and there is a preference for a touch of glamour. Some more modern companies are less formal, and smart casual is acceptable. Although avoid wearing jeans and t-shirt, men should wear trousers and shirt with a jacket, and women can wear slacks with a smart top. Okay, I'm gonna end it right here, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next show. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.